Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Forgot to turn the mic on. But Shabbat Shalom to you, brothers and sisters. Shabbat Shalom to you. Thank you guys for coming on in today. I'm Brother Ronnie. That's Brother Yirmiyahu, aka Jeremias. I answer to them all. Just want to thank each and last every one of you for joining us today. Got a great lesson for you. Super excellent lesson for you today. I'm just happy that I'm in the land of the living and you guys are too, and you are amongst us. Famous guy died this week. Andre, I think it's Brower, Law and Order guy. Man, he's like, wow. He kind of favored one of my uncles. Looked like one of my uncles a little bit, according to my wife. Looked like Chief Scientist a little bit. But just thank everybody for coming on in. But that brother, watched his work over the years. And, just condolences to him and his family. Every day, brothers and sisters, people checking in, people checking out. But the main thing is make sure that you are right with the Most High. Right with him. Give you my greetings. I should have got the big iPad. Oh, let's see. We see you, Zolma Monteith. Thank you for coming on in, sister. Thank you for coming on in. Here and waiting. I'm here and I'm about to give y'all this lesson. Grind like Josh. Thank you for coming on in, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming on in today. Always a pleasure. Mama J Pope, glad you're here. Yeah, we're going to give the Most High praise, honor, and glory. Do his mighty, magnificent, holy name. Sister Sheila, thank you for coming on in. Yeah, we got to walk. We got to make sure we worthy of this. We got to walk circumspect. We got to do a personal inventory and get rid of anything that is not like him. Auntie, we see you. Thank you for coming on in, you and your household. Hey, fun, hope. All right, daughter Evelyn in the house. Come on, thank you for coming on in. Peace and blessings to you. Mr. Erica Yashel, Elder Henry. Thank you for coming on in. Double honor to the elders. Sister Erica Yashel, sparring partner. Yeah, I be winning though. Sister Wanda, wife of Louis Dunnes. Great to see you, my sister. Great to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. Mama CA. Thank you for coming on in today. Shabbat Shalom to you and your family as well. Brother Louis, husband of Wanda Dunnes. Thank you for coming on in. You and your little ones. Thank you for coming on in. Your niece, baby Charlotte, Warrior Caleb. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you. Oh, it wasn't Law and Order. One of them things. One of them shows, and I still know we stay on some Law and Order in my house. Let's see. Sister Fiona, thank you for coming on in. Brother Ali, Alamed, thank you for coming on in. Maddie Ice, that's her friend. All right, thank you for coming on in, my brother. Thank you for coming on in. Appreciate you for giving us a look today. Appreciate you. But brothers and sisters, I'm gonna turn this music off and I'm gonna decrease that he might increase. And y'all gotta forgive me. There's so much stuff on here, so it might take me a minute. Hold on. All right, music paused. Now I gotta go to hold on, how do I get out of this? Okay. Let's see. All right. Boom, bam. It's so much stuff, y'all. I was like, my goodness. This technology is something else, but you gotta stay. You can't get behind. If you get behind on technology, you're gonna be in trouble. especially if you work a job that requires technology. Hold on, give me one more second. Hold on, hold up. I know this one now. All right, all right. Let me make sure it popped up on YouTube okay. Make sure it popped up on YouTube okay. But got a great lesson for you today. Again, guys, you in the land of the living. It's a blessing to be amongst all you guys. And I know people, Hanukkah. What are you talking about? Hanukkah. What did the Bible don't talk nothing about no Hanukkah? But and the last day of Feast of Dedication was actually yesterday. But I just because we talking about Hanukkah today, I got the lights on. Matter of fact, one brother, he said, he watched the class or the Hanukkah class we did a few years ago, and he said that, yeah, everything, oh yeah, all of that was biblical, but I don't think I have a menorah in my house because I probably end up bowing down to it or something. Like it's like an idol. No, we don't do that. That's just something that the master has in his house in the heavenly temple. We don't bow down before that. We don't bow down for nothing that's made by hand. We don't do that. But got a great lesson for you today. We're gonna pray and we're gonna get on into the scripts. Abba, Heavenly Father, we just thank you for today, your holy Sabbath day, the day you hung in creation millennia ago. Abba, we just thank you for your people that are here today, and we ask that you would bless them and that you would edify them and that you would change them for the better in their lives. Father, we thank you that they will not just be hearers of the word, but they will be what? Doers of the word, because we know that hearers get faith, but doers get results. Father, we just thank you right now in advance that you alone will get all the honor, all the praise, all the glory. Do your mighty, magnificent name, and we bind the devil. We cast out the devil, and we cast out any separation. We cast out any debate and strife, because we are here in the unity and in the bond of peace. Father, we just thank you for all these things that we have prayed, and we thank you for your mercy, your tender mercy. We thank you for your grace, and we say all this in the mighty, powerful name of your son, Yeshua Mashiach. Amen. Amen. All right, Matty Ice, there she go. Thank you. Bree, Auntney, thank you for coming on in, my sister. Thank you for coming on in. Arkansas crew, appreciate you. Everybody that's here. Yeah, Evelyn. Just all of you guys that are here, I consider you family, even the visitors, because we all part of the what? Man, Adam. We all part of the man family. You know what I mean? We the children of what? Men. Adam. But what we talking about today? The Messiah and Hanukkah. Because we all know that we are in this season, what they call the Christmas season, the season of Advent, Christmas tide. All of those things. We know what it is. And we all have family and friends and co-workers. And, it's all around us. You go to the store, all you see is Christmas trees. You go to the store, all you see is Santa Claus. You drive through your neighborhood, all you see. Now one neighborhood, this one house, they in my neighborhood, they decorate for every holiday. I said, how you just went from a witch hanging in a tree to some Christmas stuff in your yard, even though they didn't have nothing to do. They didn't have the nativity scene and nothing. They just had Santa Claus and all that stuff, But the thing would be, if it's all about Yeshua Mashiach, how you would just celebrate some pagan stuff, and then all of a sudden oh Jesus. Daughter Sarah, we see you. We see you. Thank you for coming on in, my sister. Peace and blessings to you. But and even where I work at, the school district that I work at, it's Christmas, everything. It's just everywhere. We got a holiday program next week. I was telling them I'm not gonna have no part in that. I told they already know. Don't ask me. No, I'm not gonna do it. But there is and they have no idea that Christmas has satanic origins. They don't know it's been mixed and matched and matched in some big bag. They don't know. But in one of the schools in my district, they're having a Satan club. It's a 501c3. And so all of the people, they up and on, well, how can you allow the school building to be in? But the district said they 501c3. We cannot turn them. It's an after school program. It's free speech and all that. If we allow others to have their stuff, they get to have their stuff. So everybody up and on, the local ministers on TV, y'all, can you allow say? But I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't pick and choose what part of Satan you wanna have, you don't want, and do want. You can't do that. It's all satanic. You got Christmas programs going on. That's satanic too. You can't pick and choose. But that's all I'm gonna say on that. But I'm trying to what I did. Hanukkah is an alternative to all of that mess, that bunk and junk. We already Hanukkah over with. It's done. But the other people, they just getting started. Well, you done your Christmas shopping? But we're going to show you your Messiah and Hanukkah. Many people don't know that Yeshua observed Hanukkah. They say, well, you can't use John chapter 10 to just say that Yeshua HaMashiach did Hanukkah. He was just there. We're going to show you, well, if you take that logic, well, he was just there for all the other holy days too. He was just there. Because it is worded the same way in all of the places. Plus, we're gonna give you a quick lesson on what Hanukkah is. But this one brother, Most High bless his heart, his name is John Cragen, and he said Hanukkah pagan. But these is two reasons. He says that because of the star, they got the Star of David. Where you see a Star of David up in here at? He talking about the so-called Jews in the land today. That they have the Star of David on all of that stuff. That's them. Yeshua HaMashiach didn't have no Star of David and none of that stuff. Then he said, and then he tried his best to hook it with the winter solstice. It's the winter solstice holiday. Brother, no. Hanukkah doesn't always fall during the winter solstice. It don't. I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry to break it to you. I'm just trying to tell. See, they done ran into the wrong brother. So, but when is the winter solstice? It's always the 21st or the 20th. It's usually the 21st or the 22nd of December. So to disprove him in that, he had no evidence. He just said it's during the winter solstice. So it's probably tied heavily to that, with the light, because it's called the Festival of Lights. He don't even know why it's called the Festival of Lights. We're going to show you all that today. So winter solstice. Not winter solstice. Winter solstice. Oh, Hanukkah. This is not is it doing the winter solstice? No, it's not doing the winter solstice. Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. These are the last few years since 2017, the days of Hanukkah. Look at it. Sometimes it was doing the solstice, sometimes it wasn't. So that's out. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to follow my Messiah. I'm trying to find more people. A lot of people don't believe in them. That's them. They taking a gamble with their own life. They taking a gamble. What if we wrong? What if he not him? I'm still straight because I keep the law, statutes, and commandments. I should. If I tell the Most High, how did you let all of that get in there? But follow me. Yeshua many times said, "Follow me." Look, I just went and I may have missed some, but I went and got all of the ones that I could find that says, follow me. Watch this. Matthew 4:19, and he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Talking to his disciples. Matthew 8:22, but he said unto, follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. There was a man who he told you, follow me. He said, let me go bury my dad. Can I go bury my daddy first? Yeshua said, let the dead bury their dead. He can't go bury his daddy? That's kind of harsh. What he was trying to say, your dad, he gone, man. That's that on that. He where he is. Matthew 9:9, as Yeshua passed forth from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom or the tax office. And he said unto him, follow me. He tell everybody, follow me. Then said Yeshua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. It's a cost to follow the boss, Are you ready? Are you really willing to make that ultimate sacrifice? Follow me, he said. I ain't going to read all these. You see, follow me, follow me, follow me. You got to follow him, y'all. He said she's getting up out of here. All right. He said she getting out. No, yeah. But it's everywhere, Sister Sheila. It's everywhere. But if that's what you decide to do, that's what you decide to do. But look at all these follow me's. You see this? Follow him. Even Paul said, be ye followers of me, even as I am also of Messiah, or some say Christ. What's that word follow? Mimetes. What mimetes mean in the Greek? It means an imitator. You must imitate him. Do what he do. Be his echo. On Sesame Street, be my echo, be my echo. Do what I do, do what I do. Say what I say what I say. She said, pickle, pickle, pepper. Then you go, pickle, pickle, pepper. Dee doo dee doo dee. Then you go, dee doo dee doo dee. If Yeshua is saying dee doo dee doo dee, you better say dee doo dee doo dee. What would it be like if you got your reflection in the mirror and your reflection and your reflection supposed to do what you do? We supposed to, the word is the mirror. We're supposed to mirror the word. And you go do this in the mirror and your reflection do this. No, that's no good. I mean, feet don't fail me now. If my reflection, if I'm going in my reflection, just sitting there looking, oh man. But we must be what? Followers. Because most people say, well, that Hanukkah is a tradition. It is. That's the tradition of men. I agree. But the question would be, did the Messiah do any traditions? I know at least two he did. Brother Ronnie, you mean he did some tradition? All the tradition of the elders weren't bad, you guys. They weren't. But Paul said, be ye followers of me, even as I am also of Messiah. And right here, Paul was talking about what? Head coverings. Head coverings. So let's did the Messiah do any traditions? He said, be ye followers of me, Paul said, this on the left, as I am also of Messiah. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all the things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But to get the context, they were talking about head covering. Paul was telling them, keep them. We did teach you that, but go ahead and keep it. But at the end, he said, but if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither the churches of Yah. You can't find nowhere in the Bible where it says, thus saith the Most High, wear head coverings. It ain't nowhere in there. That's a tradition. It's a good tradition. I ain't got nothing against it. But you can't force it on somebody. But let's look at Yeshua HaMashiach, traditions and commandments. Watch this. This is the passage that all these Christians try to use to say, we can eat pigs now. It ain't got nothing to do with no pigs. But watch this. Matthew chapter 15 and 1. Then came to Yeshua HaMashiach, scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. They don't wash their hands when they eat bread. Why didn't they say, why don't you and your disciples, why do you and your disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? Because apparently Yeshua was right there with him. He had washed. Ain't nothing wrong with washing your hands before you eat. But they was trying to hold that tradition above the commandments of Yah. Trying to make you be a sinner if you didn't keep their tradition. Because I'm telling you, Hanukkah is not mandatory. It's not mandatory. But if you want to partake in it, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. We're going to show you that your Messiah, he did it the same. We're going to show you through the scriptures how he observes other feast days and show you that the way that John chapter 10 is worded, he did the same thing. So I know he did at least two traditions. He washed, because they could, boy, they would have like, why don't you? Because he did wash. Ain't no wrong washing your hands before you eat, but don't say somebody's sinning because they don't. Go watch our Tradition of the Elders class. We go all into that, but we're going to look up the word traditions and customs. The word tradition which is back here in keep the ordinances. And why do you, it said traditions of the elders. It's the same Hebrew word. It says paradosis. Paradosis. It said a tradition. Giving over, the active giving up, the surrender of cities, a giving over which is done by word or mouth or in writing. Look down at the bottom, letter B, under Roman numeral 2, letter B. Of the body of precepts, especially ritual, which in the opinion of later Jews were orally delivered by Moses and orally transmitted in broken succession to subsequent generation. Just customs. And the word customs is sunithia or sunathia. That's a long E, you say. But it says custom, an established custom. It down in the middle, Strong's mutual habitat, something that y'all just do. Y'all make habit of. I know Yeshua did at least 2. There they go. Key to life. North Carolina crew. What it do? But let's go to Ephesians, because Paul again says, be ye therefore followers of God, Yah, Elohim, as dear children. Which God, wait. We just saw him say, be ye followers of me, even as I am also of Messiah. Now here he's saying, be ye followers of Yah. Which one he talking about? Because this might get some people, but you go to Psalms 45 and 6 in the scripts. It said, thy throne, O God, that's Yahushua, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a what? A right scepter. Thou lovest righteousness and hatest wickedness. Therefore, God, that's Yahushua, or some call him Jesus, thy God, that's the highest. It's 2. You got to admit, this talking about 2 people here. You got to be followed. This is some heavy stuff for folks. They can't understand it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, brother. I was talking to a Tanakh only Hebrew, and I told him, explain that Psalm 45, 6, and 7. I don't have no answer. I said, I know you don't. But again, 1 Corinthians 4:16. Why does Paul keep telling folks to imitate him as he is of Yeshua HaMashiach? He said, wherefore I beseech ye, I beseech you, be ye followers, be you followers of me. For this cause I have sent unto you Timotheus, or Timothy, who is my beloved son and faithful in the Most High, who shall bring you into the remembrance of my ways, which be in the anointed one, as I teach everywhere in every church. Imitate. Be an imitator. We supposed to be, whether you don't believe, let's just say you don't believe in Yeshua HaMashiach. Let's just I'm not throwing them out, but for the sake of argument for you, let's just say we talking about the highest right now. We ain't talking about his son right now. You're supposed to imitate him. Follow his ways, right? But let's go to where we see, what we see, what we supposed to be doing. 1 John 2, 1 through 6. Watch this. It says, my little children, these things write I unto you, that ye what? Sin not. See, they tell us today that we can't, it's impossible not to sin. The whole message of the Bible is stop sinning. Cut it out. That's the whole message. Yeshua told 2 people, go and sin no more. Why is he telling them to do something that he know they can't do? Who did he tell that to? He told that to the woman caught in adultery and the man who he healed. He told him, I think he was a leper or something like that, or it may be the withered hand man. I don't recall which one, but he said, "Go and sin no more, lest a greater thing come upon you." I think it was when he cleansed the leper. He said, "Go and sin no more." What's that? Don't transgress the law no more. That's the biggest lie going. That's why the Bible said, if any man sin, meaning you have a choice. Adam and Eve, they had a choice. They just made the wrong one. You and I, we make the wrong ones all the time. But it comes a point where we grow in his grace, where we learn how to do what he say do. We got to submit ourselves to the Most High and just do what he says. What did he say? Don't worship idols. That's what he said. Don't worship idols. Have no other Elohim before me. Don't sleep with your brother's wife. Don't steal. Don't kill. That kind of stuff. We cannot do that no more. Rest on the Shabbat. You can't rest on the Shabbat. You're doing it right now. They lying. But he said that you sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yeshua. We have an advocate with the Father. That's the Most High, Yeshua HaMashiach, the righteous. And because he's our advocate. He goes before the Most High on our behalf. Hey. I know. Yep. They did this. But I bet they do right. And he is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world. Who? Not for ours only, but for the whole world. We can take out now. Some people say, well, that's sins of the whole world. That's added in there, but it don't take away what the meaning of the passage is. Watch. And he is the propitiation for our sins, not for ours only, but also the whole world. What's the subject? Sins. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. If you don't keep his commandments, you don't know him. He that say, I know him. If you say, and keeping not his command, everybody talking about they know the Most High. They know Yeshua HaMashiach, because guess what? Yeshua HaMashiach is simply the image of the invisible Yah. They wanted to worship idols made with hands. He said, no, you want to worship an idol? I'm gonna send my representative. You get to me through him. He says, and he says, and he that saith I know him and keeping not his commandments, you a liar. You lying. If you don't keep commandments, or you say we ain't gotta do that no more, you a liar. This New Testament, 1 John 2, 1-6. You lying. We ain't gotta do no law. You a liar. Torah. He that said I know him and keeping not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. If you don't know him, then the truth will have to be the commandments. If the truth ain't in you and you ain't keeping his commandments, what's the truth? The commandments. But whosoever keepeth his word, now he calling the commandments his words. They the same thing, knucklehead. But let me stop, because my little boy Robert, he'll be calling folks knuckleheads, because he hear me say musclehead, he calling folks musclehead. Ooh, musclehead. I said, all this stuff I just said, and you picked up musclehead. But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Yah. So what's the love of the Most High? His word, his commandments. If you keep it, they have been perfected in you. The love of Yah has been perfected in you. Hereby know we that we are in him. He that said he abideth in him ought himself to what? Walk even, or I say just as he walked. Brother, you can't turn to just. Yes, I can. Look to the right. Some of them say just. Just look at them. New International Version. Live as Jesus did. New Living, and I'm using Jesus because we may have some people that's not here, but that's gonna pick this video up. They ain't on this level like us, y'all. New Living Translation. Live as Jesus did. And English Standard. In the same way in which he walked. Oh, y'all heard it now. It says Berean Literal said walk as Yeshua walked. Berean Literal Bible, walk as in the same way that he walked. King James, even as he walked. New King James, just as he walked. New American, just as he walked. NASB 1995, in the same manner as he walked. Look at it, in the manner he walked, in the same manner as he walked, just as he walked and conducted himself. He eat pigs? No. What you doing eating them? He keep Christmas? No. What you doing? Did he sleep with his neighbor's wife? No. What the heck you doing? Did he cheat on his taxes? No. What you doing? Did he? I can do it all day. Did he keep Easter? What in the world are you doing? But look at all this. Christian Standard, just as he walked. Holman, just as he walked. American Standard, even as he walked. Look at that. Aramaic, must walk according to, he who says I am must walk according to his walk. We must follow the example of Messiah. But even though I changed it, you can see in the Strongs it says according to or just even. You got to walk like he walking. Because I done told you there are feasts. These are the feasts that are acceptable to the Most High. You know, the regular feast. You know, Leviticus 23, 1-44, them feasts. John 10, 22, which we talking about today, Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. First Maccabees. You know, that used to be in the Bible. The Apocrypha used to be in the Bible in the 1800s. They took it out. Purim, you can find that in Esther 9, 18-32. These are all acceptable. But we talking about the Feast of Dedication. Why don't we know about Hanukkah? You want to know why? Because most of it is written in the Apocrypha. You know, or contained in the Septuagint. That's where it's at. Because we don't understand that the Apocrypha and Maccabees and all that, it fills in gaps and explains the Old Testament and reveals the flaws in modern Christianity. That's what it does. Fill in the gaps. You know, you got to know about the Maccabean revolt. You ask you ask your average run-of-the-mill Sunday Christian, what's the Maccabean revolt? Who? What? They don't know nothing. They dumb sheep. And all these wolves out here, these false prophets talking about, yeah, you can keep Christmas. Yeah, you can keep it. Yeah, you can eat pigs. Silly, don't know nothing. Don't know jack. You gonna get an education today. Don't let these folks fool you out here. My comments might be a little slow. But because I don't like it was last week. I don't know. This iPad ain't maybe it's time to get a new iPad. This iPad old. But the Maccabean revolt. They don't know nothing about it. Dumb sheep. Don't know. Just following in and every wind of doctrine. But it's my job to protect the sheep from the wolf. I'm protecting folks from these wolves out here. There's a lot of wolves out here. You know, like on training day, to protect the sheep, you got to kill the wolf. But he said it take a wolf to catch a wolf. No, it don't take a wolf to catch a wolf. It take a shepherd to catch the wolf. A good shepherd. Yeshua Messiah is the good shepherd, but he gave gifts to men called pastors, and those are also shepherds. He said, let me hear your wolf. Arr, arr. He said, I said a wolf, not a rooster. Arr. We got to get them wolves up out of here. But you ask them, who is Antiochus Epiphanes? Who? They don't know how. They have no idea who he is. They don't read. We lazy. People don't want to read today. You know how I know they don't want to read? We got audio books. Folks don't want to. They don't want to do that no more. Now, if you got audio books, that's fine. I prefer books. I do. I prefer looking at the words myself. You know, but we lazy. Don't want to do no research. Don't want to study. You know, you got to pick up the book and read, folks. But Antiochus Epiphanes, what did he do? What did he do? He comes from, you know, this all starts when Alexander the Great conquered the world. Everybody know that. Kingdom was divided, and through that, eventually Antiochus Epiphanes, he rises up. His name meant God. He thought he was God incarnate. He thought he was the Most High. He desecrates the temple by offering pigs' blood on the altars, and Christians think it's okay to eat pigs now. He burned the Torah scrolls and forbade any to keep the Sabbath and the laws. He forbade it. You can't do it. He forces and kills anybody who doesn't eat swine. You better do it. He made them worship pagan gods on the 25th of every single month. Every month. And it was all in celebration of his so-called birthday. No, they don't have no idea what they want to have they rusty behinds around birthday cakes for their birthdays and everybody else's birthdays, honoring and celebrating them. You know, celebrating is a form of worship. You do know that, right? Every 25th, they had to eat pigs and worship. They had to worship pagan gods. But your Bible mentions Jude. I mean, Jude, the guy we finna talk about, you know, the hammer, Judas, not that hammer, you know, Judas Maccabee. They call him the hammer, not that hammer. You're gonna hammer. We ain't talking about that hammer. But your Bible mentions him. We ain't gonna, it's just, you know how you get a synopsis. A lot of most Bibles, a lot of Bibles have a synopsis, but we're gonna skip to the last paragraph. It said, in the Greek title iota of Jude comes the name Iodas, that's Jude in Greek, which appears in verse 1. This name can be translated Jude or Judas, was the popular name in the first century because of Judas Maccabeus. Who is it? Now, if you read this in your King James Bible, and it's in this one, and it said, because of Judas Maccabeus, a leader of the Jewish resistance against Syria during the Maccabean revolt, then the question would be, who is that? You should be asking, who is that? See, Jude assumes you know, but you don't know. Why? Because to the left, read me. We don't read. You know, the hammer, Judas. Here come the hammer. Let's make it smooth. Soul Train line. Woody, we see you, brother. Thank you for coming on in. Look on the hammer. Too legit, too quick. Hey. You know, hammer. Judas Maccabeus, the hammer. But let's go to the Septuagint. Let's go see what we see this stuff read. We ain't gonna go into a whole big old thing on this. But this is First Maccabees, which is in the Apocrypha, which is in the Septuagint, which was in there a long time, into the 1800s. Now, question, when was the King James Bible written? Oh, supposed to tell you 1611. Okay, when was the Apocrypha took out? In the 1800s. Go watch our go watch our class called Other Books. We got an Other Book series. We got like 2 volumes so far. Jasher gonna be next. After this, Judas, who? Judas Maccabeus. This dude back here, you know, Judas Maccabeus, who died in 160 BC, a leader of the Jewish resistance against Syria during the Maccabean revolt, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh, it says, after this, Judas ordained captains over the people, even captains over what? Thousands, and over what? Hundreds, and over what? 50s, and over what? 10s. Do you notice how Maccabees is what Maccabees talking about? Just like Exodus chapter 18, 21, and 22. Look at that. When Moses' father-in-law told him, this is what you need to do. You're gonna wear yourself out trying to do everything yourself, which is something I need to do. I need to start delegating some stuff. Brother tired around here. I'm trying to tell you, tired. Gotta start delegating, raising up other teachers. Man, come on, you gonna teach this week, not me. I'm gonna sit in the audience and I'm gonna listen. Moreover, what it said, same thing. They will be what? Rulers of what? 1,000, hundreds, 50s, 10. Same matters. Judas was saying the same thing. The Maccabees writing just like how the King James write. Why? Because the Maccabees used to be in the King James Bible. All right, back to 56, but talking about who? Judas. But as for such, we were building houses or had betrothed wives. He said, but as for such as were building houses or had betrothed wife, you got a new wife, or you planted a vineyard, or you just scared. Those he commanded that they should return every man to his own house according to the law. So the camp removed and pitched upon the south side of Emmaus. You know that, Yeshua them. They was walking on the road of Emmaus when he rose from the dead. They didn't know that they were walking with him. And Judas said, arm yourselves. What? You mean that people of the Most High can have arms? Go watch our self-defense class. And be valiant. You need it up in this city I'm living in. And be valiant men, and see that ye be readiness against the morning, that ye might fight with these nations that are assembled together against us to destroy us and our sanctuary, the temple. For it, Maccabees said, for it is better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people and our sanctuary. What happened? You just what did Antiochus do? He desecrated the temples by offering what? Pig's blood on the altar. Most Christians don't know this. They stupid like Cupid. Or ignorant, I should say. That's a nicer way to say it. Ignorant. Ain't nothing wrong with being ignorant, but you can do something about it. The only thing that's wrong with being ignorant is staying ignorant. Don't stay ignorant. Always be learning. ABL, folks. Always be learning. Don't, because we always be learning. Most modern day average Christians, they always be lazy. That's what they be. They always be lazy. No, always be learning, and don't always be lazy. That's going in the book. Auntie, she write that one down, Auntie. Write it down. Take a picture. He says it's better for us to die in battle. What's that dude that said, give me liberty or give me death? What was his name? Look it up and let me know. Anybody can look it up and let me know. Give me liberty. John Henry or something? Somebody, I don't forget. Huh? Oh, was it John Henry? She said, no, it wasn't him. Huh? She said Patrick Henry. I know it's a Henry somebody. Judas Maccabeus said, for it's better for us to die in battle than to behold the calamities of our people and our sanctuary. What? Antiochus Epiphanes just put pig's blood on the altar. He and forced the people to eat swine, but according to the law, because he said that people that have you building houses, you betrothing wives, you planting vineyards, and you scared. Go back to your house according to the law. What do you mean according to the law? Deuteronomy 20:5, 6 and 7. See, folks Torah game weak, man. They ain't got no good Torah. When you see something, you probably know better. No, go back and find it and match it. Where that's at. That's all Paul said in the New Testament. It is written. Yeshua, it is written. The saying that is written. What that mean? It's in the Torah. Or in the Tanakh. With the first 5 books of the Bible, plus the writings in the prophets. The Tanakh. The Netuvim and the Ketuvim, if I said it right. Nevim. Deuteronomy 20:5. And the officer shall speak unto the people, saying, what man is there that has built a new house? See, they don't gotta go. If you just built a new house, you ain't gotta go to war. And have not dedicated it. Feast of dedication. Is your house dead? Did you dedicate your house to the Most High, or you got demons and evil spirit running amok? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in battle, and another man dedicate it. If anybody gonna dedicate my house, it gonna be me. Verse 6. And one man is he that hath planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it. Let him also go and return to his house, lest he die in battle. And another man, ain't nobody gonna be eating my grapes, drinking my wine, but me. They don't have to go to war if they just built a new house or they just planted a vineyard and haven't partook in it yet, or haven't dedicated their house yet. Dedicated. Deuteronomy chapter 20. And what man is there that have betrothed a wife and have not ain't even got to get down on the get down yet, and you telling me to go to war? He said, let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in battle, and another take her. And if anybody gonna break my wife in, it gonna be me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get down on the get down, not some other brother. Yeah, Patrick Henry. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, young man. Appreciate you. It says, and another, who knew that U.S. history gonna be coming up? You gotta know something. But it's also another passage when I believe it's in Deuteronomy 24 or 23. I'm not sure. Let me look it up real quick because somebody will be saying, Brother Randy, you was wrong. You didn't say it right. You ain't say it right, bruh. Here you go. Let me see. Yep, Deuteronomy 24 and 5 is right after the divorce law. It said, when a man has taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war or be charged with any business. He shall be free at home for 1 year and bring happiness to his wife from whom he has taken. No, man, 1 year. He said from any business. Man didn't even go to work. Let's go to the antiquities of the Jews. Let's get into this. Why is it called a feast of dedication? Because that dude, John Cragen, in the beginning, is pagan. It was very obvious that he ain't read none of this stuff. Bless his heart. He mean good. He said the star David is pagan. It is. I believe that. It is. No problem. You ain't gonna get. I ain't disagreeing, bro. You right on that. But brother, on your page, you got a cross. That's pagan. Hold on, let's go. Hold on, let's go. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Is that a cross or it ain't a cross? What is it? That's a pagan symbol, bro. Sorry to break it to you, bro, but Hanukkah is not pagan. We done showed you hints and remnants of it in the Bible already. Let's go back to where we was. Well, let's go. Now, Judas celebrated the festival of the what was it? He celebrated the festival of the restoration of the sacrifices of the temple for 8 days, an 8-day holiday. That's why some Jews have an 8th candle on their menorah. No, 7, not 8, 7. You know, you got an extra. I ain't got no big thing, no big qualm about that. That's your tradition. That's what you do. But the Bible says 7. I'm gonna use 7. Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. And omitted no source of pleasures thereon. It's supposed to be a festive time during the feast of dedication. Can't wait till I ain't got no job. The Most High bless me with some money somehow, some way. I don't know what he's gonna do. I might come up with an invention. You know? Come up with an invention. I got a few inventions. I just haven't patented them yet. I need to patent them. They gonna be good stuff. I might get rich off that. But he said, and now Judas celebrated the festival of restoration of the sacrifices of the temple for 8 days and omitted no sort of pleasure thereon. But he feasted them upon very rich and splendid sacrifices, and he honored Yah and delighted them by what? Hymns and songs. They ain't do nothing but sing songs and hymns. Read out of the Psalms and hymns. What's wrong with that? That's pagan. Nay, they were so very glad. They ain't singing, come, they told me, pum. They ain't not them kind of hymns. Little drama, not him. Nay, they were so very glad at the revival of their customs when, after a long time of intermission, they unexpectedly regained the freedom of their worship. And they made it a law for their posterity or their seed. It's a tradition. An oral law that they should keep a festival on account of the restoration of their temple worship for 8 days. And from that time to this time, Josephus lived a few years after the first century, around the time when Yeshua HaMashiach lived. He lived in the first century. And what they call it, and called it lights, or the festival of lights. I suppose the reason was because this liberty beyond our hopes appeared to us, and that thence was the name given to that festival. Judas also rebuilt the wall around the city and reared toward towers of great height against the incursions of enemies and set guards therein. He also fortified the city Bethsura, that it might serve as a citadel against any distresses that might come from our enemies. But what he do? Let me show you something. See, that's why Yeshua said, but the cowardly, the unbelieving, he said they're going to be in the lake of fire. You a coward, you're going to be in the lake. This is what Judas said. Now, this is after the events of Hanukkah and everything, but I just like this quote from him. This is what he said. You can find this in the Antiquities of the Jews. It says, Judas said, this is when he died in battle, not the battle where they celebrate Hanukkah for, not that battle. This was some much years. Judas Maccabeus was kicking butt and taking names, y'all. That's what he was doing. He was a warrior, like Caleb, warrior Caleb. Did Paul Revere said that too? Could have, I don't know. But it said, let not the sun, this is what he said, let not the sun ever cease. This is when most of his men abandoned him and he was surrounded. Some of his men stayed, like 200, he had 1,000 men, 200 of them fled and went home because they saw the enemy was too great. He said, let not the sun ever see such a thing that I should show my back to the enemy. And although this be the time that will bring me to my end, I must die in this battle. Woo! That's somebody you can follow, man. You run through a wall for somebody like that. Yeah. Leonidas on from 300 ain't got nothing on him. You there. What's your profession? Oh, I'm a blacksmith. And you? Oh, I'm a teacher. And you? Spartans, what's your profession? Aru, aru, aru. See, old friend, I bought more soldiers than you. And I must die in this battle. I will rather, I'm like Sylvester Stallone. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your worst nightmare. I must die in this battle. I would rather stand to it courageously and bear whatsoever comes upon me than by now running away, bring reproach upon my former great actions or tarnish their glory. You know what he did for the Festival of Lights? He said, if I run away from them now, it would tarnish that. That's a brave man. That's a mighty man of valor right there. This was the speech he made to that's what Josephus said. This was the speech he made to those that remained with him, whereby he encouraged them to attack the enemy, even though we outnumbered. I would have followed him in battle. Yeah, because guess what? If they finna attack you, death gonna be quick. That's quick, fast, and in a hurry. Antiquities. This same Josephus, look what because we getting ready to see the master. We finna show you, he observed Hanukkah. We finna show it to you. Now, that was about this time, Yeshua, a wise man. He said, if it be lawful to call him a man. For he was a doer of wonderful works, a teacher of such men as received the truth with pleasure. Do you receive the truth with pleasure? You tell the Christians the truth, and they tell you, we ain't got to do that no more. He drew over to him both many Jews and many of the Gentiles. He was the anointed one. Woo! Tell him, Josephus. And when Pilate, at the suggestion of the principal men amongst us, had condemned him to the cross, those that loved him at first did not forsake him. All of the Jews did not hate Yeshua. All of the Yehudim did not hate him. They loved him. For he appeared to them alive again, what? The third. Somebody be saying, if I do it later, he a Mason. I ain't no daggone Mason. What are you talking about? Oh boy, had condemned him to the cross, but he appeared to them alive again the third day as the divine. But you want me to believe you to not only Hebrew man that's in 2023, but ain't gonna believe Josephus, who was in the first century too. He rose. As the divine prophets had foretold these and 10,000 other wonderful things. Where was this at? In the scriptures. And the tribe of Christians so named from him are not extinct at this day. The Christians that's today, them ain't the same ones that was in Josephus' time, because the ones in Josephus' time, they didn't keep birthdays. They didn't keep Easter. They didn't keep Christmas. They didn't keep New Year's. They kept tabernacles. They kept Passover. They kept first fruit, trumpets, and the like. They kept those. You know, the ones in Leviticus chapter 23, 1 through 44, they kept those. You ain't nothing but some Romans. These Sunday Christians today, you a Roman. You go to church on Sunday, worshiping the sun. The same day, Sunday, you go to the Coliseum hollering for some football teams. Go, 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 go. Your team lose, you in a bad mood the next day. What? Man, it's just a game. Especially them Cowboy fans. My goodness, they crazy. uh, we see you, chief scientist. But Yeshua HaMashiach, he observed Hanukkah. Let's go to it, because I'm gonna show you it's worded the same way. And it was at Jerusalem. See, now this is John chapter 10, 22 through 30. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter. See, the first thing, when you first read this will ring a bell. The writer of John, is assuming you know what the Feast of Dedication is. Because the Feast of Dedication in the King James that we have today, it ain't in there. It ain't in there, but it is in there. I'm going to show you how. And it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of Dedication, and it was winter, so it's in the wintertime. It was at Jerusalem. It was the Feast of Dedication. And Yeshua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Brother Ronnie, that don't say, wait, the purpose of this class is to show you what he just did there. He did the same thing at the other feast that we know he kept. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long will you make us doubt? If thou be the anointed one, tell us plainly. Yeshua answered, I told you, and you already done told you, and you don't believe. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me, but ye believe not. So what he doing? Now he teaching to them. So what he do? He went to Jerusalem, he was at a feast, and he walked in the temple, right? Let's go to Smith Bible Dictionary. What is the Feast of Dedication? Because you don't see this. Your average Christian, you ask them, what's the Feast of Dedication? They don't know. I don't know. It must have been one of them Jews' feasts. Yeah, it was one of their feasts. But what is it? It says, Smith Bible Dictionary, the festival instituted to commemorate the purging of the temple and the rebuilding of the altar after Judas Maccabeus had driven out the Syrians. BC 164, First Maccabees 4:52 to 59. Telling you where you can go. It is only named once in canonical scriptures. You know that word canon, or the books that some accept. That's all. Everybody got their own canon. Ethiopians got a canon. Christians have a canon. Catholic, everybody, they got their own canon. What they deem to be the books. Canon, anybody can have a canon. John 10:22. It commenced on the 25th of Chislev, not December 25th, but Chislev. That's a Hebrew month. But it in early December. What is our early December? It says the anniversary of the pollution of the temple by Antiochus Epiphanes. Didn't we say that already? Like the great Mosaic feast, it lasted 8 days, but it did not require attendance at Jerusalem. It did not require attendance, but they did it at Jerusalem. So am I in Jerusalem today? No, it don't require me to be there. I can still do it. It was an occasion of much festivity and was celebrated in nearly the same manner as the Feast of Tabernacles, by carrying of branches of trees and much singing. In the temple at Jerusalem, the Hallel, the Lucifer, the Lucifer Psalm. Go back to the Psalms. You have most people about the Psalms. You ask them, all right, turn to book 3 of the Psalm. Huh? What? The Psalms is divided up into 5 books. The Hallel was sung every day of the feast, singing songs. Holman's Bible Dictionary, it tell you to what? See John 10:22. The word Hanukkah means consecration. Hanukkah, or Chanukah, is a Hebrew word. It said after Antiochus Epiphanes conducted pagan worship in the temple, we got so-called followers, they say they followers of Messiah, and they said, my body is the temple of the Lord, and they doing pagan worship in the temple of the Most High, because you are the temple of the Most High, according to the scriptures. After Antiochus Epiphanes conducted pagan worship in the temple, Judah and Maccabees cleansed the temple from the pollution of pagan worship. Notice, they don't tell what he did. You know why? Because these are Christian dictionaries, because they like to eat pigs. No, brother, tell them how it was done. Tell them. Tell them how it was desecrated. They won't do it. It says, Judas Maccabeus cleansed the temple from the pollution of pagan worship. He made a new sacrificial altar and holy vessels, burned incense on the incense altar, lit lampstands to give light to the temple, placed bread on the table, and hung new curtains. He dedicated the new altar with sacrifices sung and joyous worship for 8 days. Don't sound pagan to me. Hanukkah's ongoing significance lies in this commemoration of the victory of the few. We ain't talking about the few, the proud, the Marine. We ain't talking about them. Who, and if you are a Marine, I think Zachariah Z is a Marine. Thank you for your service. It says, who desire for freedom to practice their religion impelled them to battle against great odds. After the destruction of the temple in 70 AD, the feast was observed by the lighting of lamps in private homes, thus the description of Feast of Lights. Zondervan, same thing. What does it say? It says, and then Zondervan Bible even tell you why they have an 8th candle, because they said the menorah miraculously burned for 8 days using only 1 day's worth of oil. There you go. But let's go to Easton's. What does it say? The Feast of Renewing, John 10:22, John 10:42. It was instituted BC 164 to commemorate the purging of the temple after its pollution by Antiochus Epiphanes. Why won't they tell us how he did it? Because they like pigs. They like swine. They like pork chops. They like pig feet. They like pig ears, pig snout. They like pig guts. They like chitlins. They like all that. They don't want to get that up. We ain't gonna let them know that he desecrated it by offering swine's blood on. What? There you go. They just call it defilement. But they all keep telling you it's in John 10:22. And they will not tell you that Messiah. None of these definitions said that the Messiah was there. None of them. Why don't none of these definitions say that the Messiah was there? Because they want to keep you as far away from any Hebrew festivals as possible. That's why. That's why they do Easter and not Passover. He there, but they ain't saying nothing. But there you go right here. But what did he do? I'm gonna tell you what he did. He also burnt down the finest building. Who? Antiochus Epiphanes. Bruh Ronnie gonna tell you what he did, so you can get them pigs away from your mouth and away from your babies and your children. Shabbat shalom, brother. Brother more Israel Charlie. Yeah, bro. Woody a Marine, retired Marine. yeah. He rolling in the dough. You know them. They take care of them veterans that retired now. I ain't mean to put your business out there, bro. But I could be talking about cornbread though. He also burned down the finest building, and we had overthrown the cities. He built a citadel in the lower part of the city, for the place was high and overlooked the temple. And which account he fortified it with high walls and towers and put it in a garrison of the Macedonians. However, in the citadel dwelt the impious and wicked part of the Hebrew multitude, from whom it proved that the citizens suffered many and sore calamities. And when the king, Antiochus Epiphanes, that's the dude on your left, who thought he was God, he slew swine upon it. That's how he did. Western Miriam, Tory's Topical, Eastern Bible, Zondervan Bible, Holzman Bible, Smith Bible. Y'all better tell the truth and shame the devil. I said, why won't they say it? Oh, he just desecrated it. Oh, he just polluted it. Pig blood, pig, swine polluted the temple, but today it don't pollute your temple, which is your body. Get the heck out of here. And when the king had built an idol upon altar upon Yah's altar, he slew swine on it and offered a sacrifice neither according to the law nor Jewish religious worship. Why? They ain't no pigs allowed. He also compelled them to forsake the worship which they paid their own Yah and to adore those whom he too said, look, y'all, pagan idols, and build temples for them too. You'll see it. That was the abomination of desolation. The abomination of desolation, what Yeshua was talking about. Because the Jerusalem is desolate right now. It might have some people in it, but it's desolate. Anytime there is no temple and no sacrifices, that's what the Bible calls an abomination of desolation. Matthew 24:15, you know, Christians like to make this be our time, but he was talking about something else. This is dual prophecy, talking about Antiochus and talking about 70 AD. He using what happened with what Daniel prophesied about. He used that to liken unto 70 AD. But he said, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place, whosoever readeth, that's the problem. Ain't nobody reading Yeshua. Let him understand. Don't nobody understand Yeshua. Then let him and look at that. Who it's in parentheses. Whosoever read it, let him understand with a smiley face. Yeshua said, you better understand. Even though he didn't say that. That's just been added by the translators to let you know you need to understand what this is. Then let them which is in Judea flee to the mountain. This ain't talking about you. We gotta go watch the last days class. This ain't talking about you. Stop trying to steal everybody else's last days and worry about your last days. What you gonna do? Go on the Spirit Airlines, fly to Judea, and so you can flee to the mountains. Get out of here. You can read Daniel chapter 9, Daniel chapter 11, where it talked about sacrifices being gone. Those were the abominations of desolations. Antiochus Epiphanes created an abomination of desolation. That's why Judah Maccabees had to rise up and say, no, we got to change some stuff. But let's go back to John 10:22. It says, and it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter, and Yeshua walked into the temple. Did he and what? To Solomon's porch. That's the temple. But that word dedication is ekania. It said dedication, feast, an annual festival, the feast of it said the feast of rededication. What they do? What Judas Maccabees do? He rededicated the altar. Josephus told you that we still do this. So at this time in John 10:22-29, Yeshua was there too. So usually what he would do when he was in feast, he would go to Jerusalem, he would walk to the temple, and then he would teach the people. Did he teach them? Let's see. Then came the Jews around him and said, how long are you the man? Let's skip the verse, because we read this already, but we didn't read verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. There you go again, follow me. And I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. No man can pluck you out except you. You can walk out. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. He didn't say I and my Father is the same. We one. And we already know he says my Father is greater than I. But when you see the word dedication in the Old Testament, this is the word you will see. Chanukah, take off the C, Hanukkah, dedication, consecration. Where can you find it? In all of these places. Some of the places we're going to go today, number 784, number 788, right? But this is how Yeshua observed feasts. He went to Jerusalem, he was at a feast, he went to the temple, and he taught. That's how he was. I'm gonna show you that when we see him going into to observe festivals, it's set up just like how it is set up. Let's go. Let's begin. Let's get into it. Let's get it. Let's get it, bro. Matthew 20, 17 through 19. Yeshua foretells his death a third time. Now he going up to Jerusalem. You said, Brother Runner, this don't tell us what he was going up to Jerusalem for. We gonna show you. It's saying Yeshua going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples. Most of the time, they lived in all kind of places. But they all, when it's festival time, where would they go? To Jerusalem. He took the 12 disciples apart in the way and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify him. And the third day he shall rise again. But watch this. So we're going to take you through a little timeline. We're going to take you through a little timeline because we're going to skip to chapter 26. But a lot of y'all will probably be saying, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't skip to chapter 20 and to 26. I'm telling you, there's not no big gap of time between why he went to Jerusalem. We're going to show you. But in Matthew 21, he enters Jerusalem for the last time. So we know this all in the same week, y'all. All in the same week. But what? Verse 17 said he going up to Jerusalem. He said Yeshua going up to Jerusalem, him and his disciples. But this is all the stuff in chapter 21. He cleanses the temple. What you mean he cleansed the temple? He whooped their tails up out of there. Get out of here. He told the fig tree parable. All this happens within 1 week. All of it. Wedding feast parable. In chapter 22, he talked about the wedding feast parable being equal to angels. Chapter 23, woe, the whole big thing talking about woe to you scribes and Pharisees. Chapter 24, we know what that's about because Christians try to make it be today. Chapter 25, parable of the wise and foolish virgin and the parable of the talents. But we showed you he whooped them up out the temple. See, people don't know. He whooped folks out the temple before. Did y'all know that? He did it 2 times. We're going to show you the latter time that he whooped them up at the temple. So let's get it. Matthew 21, 12 through 13. Yeshua cleanses the temple. And Yeshua went into the temple of Yah and cast them all out. Get out of here. That sold and bought in the temple. What they doing in churches, they call the church the house of the Lord today. That's what they call it. But they buying and selling tapes and CDs and spaghetti dinners and all kind of stuff. Doing all kind of stuff. Now I know the ministry got to operate, but just let the people give, man. You can't sell nobody the word. What's wrong with you? People, when they give the gifts, you make the tapes and CDs and you hand them out they want them and you pay for it with the money that came in through the donations. And Yeshua went into the temple and cast them all like, get out of here, out. Go watch our out class. Go watch it. But he said, go to verse 13 and said unto them, it's written. What that mean? It's wrote. Where? In the Old Testament. My house shall be called the house of prayer, but ye have turned it into a den of thieves. Mark 17, he said the same thing. But in verse 18, he said, and the scribes and Pharisees, when they heard it and saw how they might destroy him, wanted to kill him. He told y'all, get y'all raggedy behinds up out of here. For they feared him because all the people was astonished at his doctrine. Oh, y'all shouldn't have let me sing that word. I got to take a sidetrack. What is it? And then we go to 2 Timothy. Go watch our class, Greetings and Benedictions, or Benedictions and Greetings. Go watch that class. I charge you, therefore, before Yah and the Master, Yeshua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing in his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant and out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. But what's the doctrine? 2 Timothy 3:15. And that from a child, a whipper, snapper, thou hast known the holy scripts, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yeshua HaMashiach. Verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yah and is profitable for doctrine, for doctrine, for reproof, for correction in what? Righteousness. For correction, for instruction in what? Righteousness. That the man of Yah may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. That's the doctrine. Skip ahead. You can see it. We want a crown of righteousness. What is righteousness? Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. But what are we talking about? Doctrine. They didn't like Yeshua's doctrine, kicking their tails out. Proverbs 4:2, for I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. Isaiah 29:24, they also erred in the spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmur shall learn doctrine. You're going to learn it. Bro, running teaching that old law. Now, you're going to learn this doctrine. Because the law of Moses equals the law of Yahuwah. Yeah, they can't get nowhere around it. Luke 2:20. Write this down for your knucklehead relatives. The law of Moses equals the law of the Most High. Luke 2:22. This is when Yeshua when he was a baby being presented at a temple. Baby Jesus, they say. You know he a grown man now, don't you? You don't like baby Jesus? He grown. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moses were accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to Yahweh. Why? Because all males got to come forward. You know that? That is written in the law of the Most High. Every male that openeth up the womb shall be called holy unto the Lord. Whoa. In verse 22, it called it the law of Moses. In verse 23, it called it the law of the Lord. Then verse 24, it said the law of the Lord again. Stop. Because Yeshua and Moses, they taught the same thing. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me. That's Yeshua. For he wrote of me. But if ye believe not Moses' writings, how are you going to believe Moses? They're the same. Torah. Even the Quran tell you to obey Torah. Yeah, fam. Luke 19:45-48. He cleansed the temple. Back to that. You see it. What'd he do? Taught in the temple. He cleansed the temples. Because why? We working our way. Again, we working our way here. Because in verse let me go back to it. Let me get you right. Get you tight now. Because in Matthew 20, he went up to Jerusalem, right? He went up to Jerusalem. You see that? They going up to Jerusalem. But why was he there? We finna show it to you. And it came to pass when Yeshua had finished all this saying, he said unto his disciples, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of Passover. We here for Passover. What he do? He went to Jerusalem. He ate the feast. Then it said, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas. Go to the class where we saw him last week. And consulted that they might take Yeshua subtly and kill him. Take him when nobody don't notice and kill him. They murderers. But they said, not at the feast. Why? Yeshua went to the feast, and what did he do? Well, he went to the feast, and he in Jerusalem, and he went to the feast. And no doubt taught. We saw all these times he was teaching. But let's go to Luke chapter 6. We don't watch this. Luke chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first, he went through the cornfields. His disciples plucked the ears of corn and did eat, rubbing them in their hands. Now, on the surface, you'd be like, what you talking about, bruh? That said the second Sabbath after the first. He's just talking about, no, look up the word second Sabbath. It says Deutero, because Deuteronomy means second law, or Deutero means 2 second. But Deutero protos. It says second first. That is specifically a designation of the Sabbath immediately after the Paschal week or Passover week. Why? Because they're starting to count the 7 Sabbaths up to Pentecost. What he at? He just in Jerusalem. He in Jerusalem, in the cornfields, on his way to the temple. Yeah, he on his way to the temple because it was the Sabbath that day. Let's go to the pool of Shalom. I think it might not be the pool of Shalom, but I know it's a pool that's in Bethesda. But anyway, the healing that when an angel stir up. Now, this feast, we don't know what feast this was, but all we know that after this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Yeshua went up. He just went up. Some commentators, they say it's just a mystery feast. It probably they lean towards its tabernacles. But all it's saying is it's a festival and he went up. That's it. And then what he do? He healed a man and he taught people. That's all. Let's go to John chapter 7, 1 through 2 and 8. Now we're going to see him at the actual Feast of Booths or Tabernacles. Sukkot. After John 7, 1 through 2, then we skip to 8 to 17. He said, after these things, Yeshua walked in Galilee, for he will not walk in Jewry around the Jews because he know they're trying to kill him. Now, the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. He said, now the feast is at hand, right? It says, go ye up unto this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet fully come or full come. When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up to the feast, not openly. He went up though. What did he do? He go to Jerusalem and he go to the feast. That's it. When you there. Verse 12. There was much murmuring among the people concerning him, for some said he a good man. You know, some religions say, oh yeah, he was a holy man. Yeah, he was a good man. All people in the world, when they hear about Yeshua, they say, oh yeah, he was a good man. What, he taught this, he taught that. Son of God? No, he's not. That's what they say. Josephus said, no, he that dude. Bro, Ronnie telling you he that dude. And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him, for some said he is a good man. Others say, nah. See, y'all don't get it. This is a small channel. We ain't getting out to the masses yet. I can't wait till we get to the masses and turn these people around. Can't wait. That's why I need you guys to share, comment, subscribe. I need you to do it. Get it out. Putting this stuff out for how much it costs, Brother Ronnie? Zero. Nothing. Howbeit, no man spoke openly of him for fear of the Yehudim. That's why the Most High, Yeshua said, if you do stuff, when you do stuff behind the scenes, the Most High will reward you openly. People don't understand the time and the preparation that go into this. Time and preparation. You know how hard it is to highlight and all this. Highlight, put in red, highlight, get the scriptures, organize the scriptures. Make sure that I have a grasp, a firm grasp of what I'm reading. Take time. Now about the midst of the feast, Yeshua went up into the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, how knoweth this man let us? How he know this stuff, having not learned? He ain't went to our little Pharisee schools. Yeshua answered and said, my doctrine ain't mine, but he is that sent me. We already showed you. He's saying the same thing Moses said. You know it. Oh, there you go again. There you go again. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. That's his doctrine. But we're going to show you, that tell you, the Hanukkah, okay, Brother Ronnie, so what? It's in the New Testament. Okay, Brother Ronnie, so what? It's in the Apocrypha. I don't care. We're going to show you all of the dedication and all the Hanukkahs in the Bible. Let's start with Numbers. Moses dedicated the altar to the tabernacle they had. It said, this was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed by the princes of Israel. 12 charges of silver, 12 silver bowls, 12 spoons, and 12 all of the articles in the tabernacle. You know, the same articles that's up in heaven right now. You know, like that too. But for the sake of time, we ain't gonna read all 88 verses in chapter 7. And all the oxen for the sacrifice of the peace offerings were 20 and 4 bullocks, the ram 60 and the he-goat 60, the lambs of the first year 60. This was the dedication of the altar. After that, it was anointed. What is it? Hanukkah. Chanukah. That's that. They had all kind of Hanukkahs and dedications in the Bible. They called them Hanukkah. What Judas Maccabees them do it? They did the same thing right here. They're the same thing. It ain't pagan. You can listen to John Cragen, Fagan, whatever his name is, all you want. I don't know the brother, just saw his video. I'm sorry that he had to be the example. I didn't want to make him the example, but he the example. I'm just trying to tell you. Might be a good dude. The dedication of the temple. Get that cross off your site, though. Oh, boy. Solomon, when he dedicated the temple. Now, when Solomon had made an end of praying, the fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices. The glory of Yah filled the house. Yahuwah filled the house. And the priest could not enter into the house of Yahweh because the glory of Yahweh had filled the Most High's house. And when all the children of Israel saw how the fire came down and the glory of Yahweh upon the house, they bowed themselves with their faces to the ground upon the pavement and worship and praise the Most High, saying, "For He is good, and His what? His mercy endureth forever." Then the king and all the people offered sacrifices before Yahweh. People don't know that stuff coming back. And King Solomon offered a sacrifice for 20 and 2,000 oxen, 22,000 oxen, and 120,000 sheep, 120,000 sheep. So the king and all the people dedicated Chanukah. 2 Chronicles 7:8. Also, Solomon at that time kept the feast 7 days, and all Israel with him. It's a feast of dedication. It's the Chanukah, y'all. That's all it is. Dedication, consecration. That's all it means. Ezra, when Nehemiah, Ezra, and Zerubbabel, you know how they were building got the temple back together. They come out of Babylonian captivity. What they do? They dedicated the temple. Then Tatnai, governor on this side of the river, Shethar-Boznai, and their companions, according to see, that's why we ain't got time to be watching no movies. Did Brother Run say you can't watch movies? I should say dedicate all your time to that. Playing video games, dedicating all your time to that. Going to and see the Grizzlies play, dedicating all that time to that. Date night, nothing wrong with date night. Me and my wife, we haven't had one in about a month now. We need to go on one. But the thing is, who is Tatnai? You know, we got to be, I don't know everything that's in this Bible, but we got to be students. We ain't got time to waste. We got to meditate on this word day and night. To do all that is written therein, that for then will we have good success. For then will we prosper. He'll be with you. With you, watch it, with you. He with you, folks. What I'm saying is, don't let nothing else come before this. If you don't know what Feast of Dedication is, you don't need to be going to no movies till you learn. You need to know what your book say. You need to know what your book say. Folks know what the Kabbalah say. Our Muslim brothers, they know what they Quran say. Whatever the Buddhists, they know what they stuff say, but your Christians, we don't know what our stuff say. I ain't no Christian, and I'm talking about a follower of Messiah. They toting this book, but don't know what it say. You got to know your stuff. You telling them they wrong. You don't know what's in your own book. Get out of here. It says, and the elders of the Jews builded, and I'm tired of talking to Sunday Christians and asking them questions, and they don't know the answer. I'm tired of it. But you, come, they told me, pum-pum-pum-pum. I'm a pum-pum-pum all upside your head. Get in the scripts. Ali, all right, brother. It says, and this house was finished. You see all of that. But let's go to verse 16. And the children of Israel, the priests and the Levites, and the rest of the children of the captivity kept the dedication. Well, you know what word it is? It's to your right. You to the right on the screen. And offered at the dedication. And they set the priests in their divisions and the Levites in their courses for the service, the work of Yah. So when Christians, when they get to Galatians, when they see works of law, they don't know it's talking about sacrifices. Let's keep it pushing, man. So the question will be, will there be a dedication of the millennial temple? A Chanukah, a Hanukkah of the millennial temple when Yeshua HaMashiach come back and set up the kingdom on the earth for 1,000 years? Will there be a dedication? Yeah, it's going to be a dedication, you knuckleheads. Hanukkah, dedication, feast of dedication, it pagan. John Cragen, if you don't get yourself, my boy. It said, there be I'm just real passionate about this because I see it's a big old cliff, a big old Christmas cliff that everybody walking, they gonna fall right off of it. Invited to a Christmas party myself, family. They said they gonna take the decorations down. They say we gonna stop everybody from saying Merry Christmas. It's not a Christmas celebration. It's a family. We gonna call it a family reunion. I ain't going to cut it out. I've sought counsel from some of my some brethrens that I know, and I heed what I heard, what they say, I feel what they saying, but I ain't going. The only way I would have went is if they would allow me to do a presentation. Now, I know they ain't gonna let me do a presentation because I tried that before and I got ran up out of there. I'm gonna be like these. No, you can take the decorations down. You can say we calling it this and we calling it that. But the fact is, y'all, if you got to tell people don't say Merry Christmas, guess what kind of party it was? A Christmas party. Because they were gonna be saying Merry Christmas, and there was trees there. And when they taking them down, it's a Christmas party. You can slap a wig on a pig, put some lipstick on a pig, put a dress on the pig, call it a woman, it's still a pig. I ain't going. If you want to do, y'all want folks, y'all go. I have at it. One thing it ain't gonna do, I wouldn't have no good time. I will be grieved in my spirit. So why be grieved in my spirit? I ain't doing it. No. Care what you call it. Call it what you want. I call it a satanic pagan day. But after what he brought me, that's like the Maccabees, the old man. They were trying to make him eat pig. He said, I can't eat it. And they said, all right, old man, all right, this is what we gonna do. We gonna tell you. This is what we gonna tell you. You can eat clean food, but just act like it's pigs. He said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because other people think, because I'm an elder, that it's okay for them to do it to save their life. No. Gotta be like Judas Maccabeus. It's just time for me to die in battle. That's all. And behold, love the individuals that's throwing the party. Love them. But I can't do it. I can't do it. If you want to call me weak in the faith, I'm weak in the faith then. Because they'll try to go to you. Romans 14, you said if you're weak in the faith. You don't even know what Romans 14 about. Be quiet. It says, and behold, the glory of, you don't know what most of the Bible is talking about. And then you're going to try to quote Romans chapter 14 to me? Huh? No. Sorry. I'm sorry. You can't do it. You want to quote Colossians chapter 2 to me? Mm-mm. I'm trying to tell you, man. And it was according to the, watch this, and behold, now this is the millennial temple. The glory of, this is Ezekiel seeing future temples. All scholars say this, it said preterist. Preterist said the whole Bible been fulfilled. But Most scholars say, 99% of scholars say, this ain't took place. Afterward, he brought me unto the gate, even to the gate that looketh toward the east, and behold, the glory of the God or Elohim of Israel came from the way of the east, and his voice was like the glory of the God of Israel, and his voice was like like noise of many waters, just like in Revelation where it say Yeshua's voice was like, because this him right there. This is the God, thy God. The Most High will still be in the temple. He is the Most High is the supreme being of the universe. His son is his representation, just like Adam was his representation. Adam was the first Melchizedek. He had no earthly mother and father. He didn't. He's the first one, first of his kind, king of righteousness. He was brought into this world sinless, until Hasatan, Iblis, tricked them. They're gonna read your Quran and tell you all about that, where everybody was gonna bow. He told all the angels to bow, and all of them bowed except Iblis. You better learn what Hebrews chapter 1 talking about, Hebrews chapter 1 and 2 talking about. When again he bringeth the firstborn into the world, he said, let all of the angels of Yah worship him. That Iblis, boy, he's the bane of our existence. And Brother Ronnie, you read the Quran, you bet I do. I sure enough do. Even the virgin birth in the Quran. Go watch our virgin birth class, by the way. And it was according to the appearance of the vision which I saw, even according to the vision I saw when I came to destroy the city. And the vision were like the vision that I saw by the river Chebar, and I fell upon my face. And the glory of Yah came into the house by the way of the gate. So the Spirit took me up and brought me into the inner court, and behold, the glory of the Lord filled the house. So Ezekiel seeing the glory of the Most High filling up the place. And I heard him speaking unto me out of the house, and the man stood by me. And he said to me, Son of man, the place of my throne and the place of the soles of my feet. This angel talking about Yeshua HaMashiach. Them going to be his feet, walking down here with us in the millennial kingdom. But his father will remain there. Yeah. He said, where I would dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever. In my holy name shall the house of Israel no more defile, neither they nor their kings by their whoredom, nor by the carcass of their kings in their high places. And he said unto me, Son of man, thus said the Lord God, these are the ordinances of the altars. In the day that they make it to burn offerings, they're going to be burning offerings. Everybody going to be praising, glory, hallelujah, all of that. Offering sacrifices. Why? Because the priest will be. Go read Isaiah 66. When Yeshua HaMashiach return, he resets up the Levitical system. I ain't gonna read all this. But look down though. And when these days are expired, it shall be that upon the 8th day, so forth, the priest shall make burnt offering upon the altar, and for your peace offering, I will accept you, saith the Most High. This ain't nothing but a dedication, folks. A Chanukah, a Hanukkah. So if you and your family choose to celebrate it, ain't nothing wrong with that. Dedication's all in the Bible. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Hanukkah. We see the word dedication a lot of times. It's the word Hanukkah. Don't be having those whatever point star David. Now that's a mess. With Solomon, do you know the idolatry that Solomon was in? Solomon was all in all kind of idolatry. If he bring a star David, Most High ain't take get no star no David. Let's go to Revelation 27-10. We almost done. This is the defeat of Satan in Revelation 27-10. Just to let you know that whoever this dude in the temple who soles of the feet is, who feet in verse 7, who feet them is, them feet. And when the 1,000 years expired, this towards the end of the millennial reign, Satan will be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sands of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth. This gonna be on the earth, and they compassed the camp of the saints round about, and the beloved city, that's Jerusalem. And fire came down from heaven, and fire came from Yah out of heaven. Wait a minute. Oh, hey, Most High in heaven, Yeshua down here, ruling and reigning, them his feet in the temple. Just like he was there in that temple, in this millennial temple he gonna be in, dedicating it to his Father above. This temple that I'm in right now, I'm doing the dedication. I dedicate this temple to the Father above. But we're gonna show you something, because all the other time we saw Yeshua in the temple. We saw we saw Yeshua in the temple the other times at the Passover. He went to Jerusalem at the Passover, went in the temple, whooping folks up out of there. Why didn't he whoop nobody up out of the Feast of Dedication? Why? Because in John chapter 2, he already whooped their tails up out of there. Let's go to it. We gonna give you the whole break. Now, I'm not saying it's all the same week, same time. It's even different seasons. But we're just gonna show you, working all the way up to chapter 10, what's going on. John chapter 2. He turned all this good stuff. He done water into wine. Wish I was there. Turn this water into wine. Temple cleansed. Get out of here. Get out of here. See, people don't realize this temple cleansing is not the same temple cleansing as in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. This was the first time that he ever did that. He did it twice. But chapter 3, we got John 3:16. Just on the God so little world, he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever perish, whosoever believe in him shall not perish, hell light. Now, boy. They don't keep reading and say you got to do truth, though. They don't keep reading. John chapter 4, teaching and healing. John chapter 5, healing at the pool, which we already seen. John chapter 6, feeding 5,000 folks. Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. 2 little fishes and 5 loaves of bread. Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he did. You know, I promised the Lord that I would hold out. Hold out. What? Do you mean hold out? 2 little fishes? You know, fish don't have ES on it. It's just fish. You know, fish. Oh, it's 3 fish over there. 3 fishes. 3 little fishes and 5 loaves of bread. Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, he did. Tell them folks, give me the plural form of goose. Geese. Correct. Give me the plural form of moose. Mooses. No. Meese. No. Moose. Oh, brother Running might be country, but he ain't dumb. He ain't stupid. My daddy from Memphis. My mama from Tunica County. Highway 4. Not Highway 4. Number 4. That's where I'm from, you know. You dig? I'm country. I know it. Who cares? I'm blessed in the city, blessed in the country. But chapter 8, adulterers forgiven. Go sin no more, lady. Truth. He also said the truth will make you free. He gonna tell you to do the truth. You got to do the truth. Before Abraham was I am. Chapter 9, more other healings. Then when we get to chapter 10, it pop. I mean, this chapter 2, not chapter 10. But in chapter 2, pop. Whip them up out of it. Let me go to John chapter 7 is around tabernacles. That's fall time. We know John chapter 7 was around tabernacles. That's fall time. So when we get 3 chapters later, what's after fall? Winter. But let's show you, he already whooped them up out of there previously. Chapter 2. That's what you don't know your whoopings. Y'all don't know your whoopings. You don't know your cleansing. You know, see, we ain't reading. The only cleansing we doing is we eating, pooting, and laughing. We just eat, pooting, and laughing all day. We like to eat. We like to poot. and we like to laugh. Eat pudding and laughing. But Yeshua cleanses the temple. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yeshua went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those. In fact, so this was Passover. So we know this was spring. So he did a little spring cleaning, done a little spring cleaning. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yeshua went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those that were selling, doing the same old junk. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, this man sat back and made a cord of small cords. He sat back and plaited up a whip. And he drove them all out of the temple. Got them up out of there. So we seen spring. We didn't see summer, but we saw in John chapter 7 when he was a heavenly scholar just whooping their head with the law. That was around tabernacle times. So when we get to John chapter 10, we in the wintertime. He already done his spring cleaning. He had the Feast of Dedication. He walked in the temple. He started teaching. See, now that would have been the best time to whoop some folks up out of here. What y'all adding feast for? This Hanukkah, this pagan. Get out of here. Yap, 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 yap. Get out of here. No. He didn't have to do that because it's not pagan. He was there observing it himself. It's the Feast of Dedication. He went up to Jerusalem. He was at the dedication. He went into the temple. He taught the people. He was keeping the Feast of Tabernacles, knuckleheads. I mean, dedication, Hanukkah, knuckleheads. Do it like my little son Robert. Cut it out, cut it out. Y'all cut it out. He said, cut it out, cut it out. When he tired of you doing something, cut it out, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out like Uncle Jesse on Joey, not Uncle Jesse, on Full House. But what's the spiritual significance? Huh? What's the spiritual significance? 2 Corinthians 6, 14-18. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. If they don't believe in your Messiah, you can't be with them. What fellowship have righteousness? That's law-abiding citizens, Torah-keeping followers of Messiah, with unrighteousness, lawbreakers. What community? You can't get with no Hindu person. And you a follower of Messiah, it ain't. Y'all can love each other, look in each other. Ooh, baby, you so fine. You blow my mind. Ooh, you my sugar booger. But when it comes for you, both of y'all's holy days and high holy days and religious observances, you're going to bump heads. You got children, one going to want the children to do this. The other one going to want the children to do this. You're going to bump heads. Paul told you, it can't work. Somebody got to go to the other. Can't have two masters in the house. And what concord have Hamashiach with Belial? That's an epithet for Satan. Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement have the temple of Yah with idols? For ye are the temple. As Yah has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. See, Christians tell you can touch the clean things. Paul telling you, y'all lying on Paul. You are misinterpreting, but you better go watch our class, Paul. You lying. You got to be separate. Be ye separate. You ain't supposed to be keeping no Christmas. You ain't supposed to be keeping no Halloween. You ain't supposed to be keeping no Thanksgiving. Go watch that Thanksgiving class. You ain't supposed to be keeping Easter. You ain't supposed to be keeping your birthday. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but I'm the dude that got to protect the sheep. And to protect the sheep, you got to kill the wolf. Got a lot of wolves out there. TD Jakes, Creflo. Creflo, want your dollars? Kenneth Copeland. And them were all my dudes. I know they doctrine. In and out. 1 Corinthians 3:16-17. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yah, and the spirit of Yah dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of Yah, him this season of dedication was just ended. This is time you take a serious look at your life and reflect. Is that light of the Most High in you? What's the light of the Most High? His word. Is it in you? If any man defile the temple of Yah, him shall Yah destroy, for the temple of Yah is holy. Which temple ye are? You his temple. What you putting in the temple? You offering pigs, just like Antiochus Epiphanes did. You put pigs in the temple? You ain't no different than Antiochus Epiphanes. You keeping Sunday instead of Saturday? You ain't no difference than Antiochus Epiphanes. Romans 2, because you the sacrifice now. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yah, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. What do it mean? Don't sin. Holy, set apart, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Work. You know the service of Yah? And be ye not conformed to this world. We got to do this. We got to do that. Every time they blow their little trumpets, you hear the music. But yeah, because you hear that little music. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost his wheel and the Joker got away. Don't be conformed, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good. Paul already told you what was good. And hold on, let me go to Romans. He already told you what was good. The law is, man, hold on, I ain't gonna quote it wrong. I'm gonna let y'all, you know what I'm saying? Can't nothing tear this away from me, y'all. I don't care what everybody else do. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. The thing that get me, you fussing with me. Why are you fussing with me? You ain't read the book. I'm wrong, but I read the book and you ain't read the book. Don't nobody argue a book they ain't read. I ain't never seen no, if Moby Dick, I got that book over there somewhere. Tom Sawyer, got it over there somewhere on the shelf. Oh, I got these Charles, I got all the so-called American classics. Brother Ronnie is a reader. A reader. But what he say? He said, therefore the law, this is Romans 7:12. Therefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. But Paul just said, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good. In chapter 7, he already told you what was good. The good didn't change 5 chapters later. Your understanding is flawed. You arguing with me. Huckleberry Finn over here. See, if you know you ain't read Huckleberry Finn, you ain't gonna be trying to argue Huckleberry Finn. But as soon as we talking about this Bible, they arguing me down about Huckleberry Finn. I mean, about the Bible. Ain't no, they ain't read it. Ask them, have you read it out? No. Well, what you talking about then? You're not qualified. Get out my face. Yeshua said, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, we done lost our savor. Wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing. We good for nothing, useless. We ain't fit for the kingdom. But to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do man light a candle, like that candle right there, but you the candle. You know the Most High remove your candlestick. Don't you know? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. The Most High will move your candlestick. Strike up the match, pick up the jacks, mark 3 games. You out. Oh, I'm an old soul, y'all. 43 years old. I remember when I first got to the job I'm at, I was young, 25, 26 years old on the job. Got back to me, they said, ooh, child, that's an old man trapped in a young man body. That's what they said. That's what they said. I guess. Neither do man light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Give your light to all that's in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. and glorify your Father which is heaven. Now Paul said, "Follow me as I follow Messiah, Christ." Some say. Now Yeshua talking about good works, and we already know what he said. He said, me and Moses saying the same thing. Paul said, "Follow me as I follow." He said, "My ways are in Yahushua. My ways in it." So if Paul called the law holy, just, and good, and that's the good work, and then we supposed to prove that work is good, what good works you think Yeshua talking about? Brothers and sisters, this is a little video I'll leave you with. Leave Christmas alone. This is Tovia Singer, a Jewish man. You know them Jews that live over there in the land today. You know, I'm pointing at the map up there. Them. But even he know. But he gonna be talking about Hanukkah. But let's keep it.
If you enjoyed this program, please like and subscribe. You see,
we'll watch a couple minutes.
Convert to Christianity, rather Christianity converted to Rome. This may seem ironic to you, but as it turns out, the Jewish festival of Hanukkah is mentioned explicitly in the Christian Bible, in the New Testament, specifically in the fourth Gospel, in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. The winter festival of dedication. Even more striking, Christmas is mentioned nowhere in the New Testament, nowhere. In fact, the first record of anyone celebrating Christmas on December 25th is when so many other things happened. 4th century. Emperor Constantine, first Christian emperor, roughly a decade after the Council of Nicaea. So essentially, early 4th century, Christians are celebrating Christmas, not Hanukkah. Why?
Why?
The 25th of December. How striking. After all, Hanukkah is celebrating beginning on the 25th day of Kislev. It's not an accident. The similarities that you notice are striking, and as it turns out, the Christians in the 4th century were doing something very different. They were, after all, doing what pagans before them had done so frequently, and that is worship the sun, worship the light. Constantine was very well known, even after his conversion to Christianity, for worshiping Sol Invictus. That's the Roman god, Sol Invictus. Those Latin words mean the unconquerable sun. That's what people worshipped. After all, the sun did life to everything. It's understandable why people might worship it. That's why those pictures of Jesus and Mary and the saints, they've got this glow behind them. That's the sun. Sunday. What's going on here? This is ancient. This even predates the Roman Empire. Jeremiah, in fact, who lived at the end of the First Temple period, meaning Jeremiah lived during the Babylonian Empire, meaning Jeremiah lived about 500 years before Christianity. Jeremiah warns people in his day not to do what the pagans do, what the heathens do. They have Christmas trees. Don't do it. What do you mean? How could Jeremiah be speaking about Christmas trees? Well, he does it quite explicitly. You see, Rome didn't convert to Christianity, rather Christianity converted to Rome. Jeremiah warns his readers the following: don't do what the heathens do. They look up at the sky for a sign. They look at the celestial bodies and look up. And then they go into the forest and they chop down a tree and they bring it into their home. They take this tree and they nail it in their home so that it doesn't move, it doesn't totter. And then they deck it with gold and silver. Don't do that. Why the evergreen tree? Why? Think about that name, evergreen. I think you figured it out. Evergreen means that the leaves of this tree are always green. They defy the winter. They don't turn brown and die like other leaves do on so many other trees. The key is it's an ancient worship of the sun don't do it. But it gets a little deeper.
All right,
If you
you
and
can go to his channel and get the rest of that. It's Tovia Singer, but don't do it. He said don't do it. Calmly saying don't do it. I'm loudly saying leave it alone, or you won't be able to go back home. Revelation 22:12, you know what it is. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Ecclesiastes 12:13 say the same. We ain't gonna read it. You can read it on your own. He said, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do. You better do. You better do his commandments. Blessed are they that do his commandments. What's his commandments? Torah. That they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For on the outside is what? Dog, pedos, and sorcerers, sorcerers, poisoners, drugs. Go watch our drugs class. And whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Christmas, Jesus' birthday. That's a lie. You a liar. You ain't gonna be in New Jerusalem. And I have sent mine angels to testify unto you the things in the churches, and I'm the root and offspring of David. According to Matthew 1:1, told a person that you know that Yeshua is the son of David. You a lie. You blaspheming. Showed it to I read it. I said, it's in Matthew 1:1. Showed it. Oh, you know what? You're right. Every time I do that to a Christian, every time I tell them something, Jesus will, Jesus died at the end of the world. Yeshua died at the end of the world. You know that, right? You a lie. You a lie. And we go read it. Oh, you know what? He do say that. No apologies, no nothing. I just chalk it up to the word. And the Spirit and the bride said, come. He said what? Come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is a thirst say what? Come. And whosoever will, let him take of the water of life freely. Who is the Spirit right there? That's Yeshua saying, come on. The Spirit and the bride. The Spirit right there is Yeshua HaMashiach saying, come to me. And the bride, who is the bride? That's the city. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst say what? Come. And whosoever will, let him take of the water of life freely. Brothers and sisters, that's Hanukkah. The Messiah in Hanukkah. It's going to be another Hanukkah. Might not be in December, but he going to dedicate that temple. So I hope you enjoyed the class. Hope you learned something. We learned a lot of stuff. We learned stuff on the way to learning stuff. But and how is this thing working? All right, let me remove that. We don't need that. But thank you guys for coming on in. Appreciate every last one of you. Gonna have a Most High willing, gonna have another great teaching for you next week. Come on back if you feel so inclined. Thank you for all the first timers today. Brother Ali, thank you for coming on in today. Appreciate you coming on in. Hope you come back again. But guys, go to rapministry.org if you have a prayer request or a Bible question. I get to you as soon as possible. Got to everybody questions this week, no problema. That's it. Oh, I'm rolling. I'm cooking. It wasn't that many questions. It was only like 5. But some you'd be like 12. I'm like, my goodness. But go to rapministry.org. Appreciate you. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have the holy day calendars for you coming up real soon. Mason class coming. I might have to push it back a little bit, but it is coming sometime this year. Boy, I'm working, y'all. I'm working. I got to be the most busy man in ministry. I'm working. But you got a prayer request, you know what to do. Go out, be an ambassador for Yeshua HaMashiach, because you might be the only Torah that people see. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Pray for my strength. Pray for your strength. And thank everybody for your for y'all nice comments, positive comments. We'll see you guys next time. We are out. Hallelujah. We out. Yeah, it's gonna be epic, bro. It's gonna be epic. Thong, 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 thong. Oh, I see everybody. We out. In this stream.